Hello and welcome to another exclusive review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz, where last year we had over 12 million minutes viewed on YouTube. We're now the number one reviewer of theatre in the UK and Las Vegas online, and we thank you for tuning in. This week we're in Wolverhampton at the Grand for Dick Whittington. This kudos production is a highlight of the season. You walk into the theatre, which is glorious in itself, and then you look at the show cloth and you know this is going to be a bit of class. This former First Family set by Terry Parsons is just delicious. It's immersive, it's beautiful, it's sparkly, it's everything you want from Panto, and it didn't disappoint through the whole production. This show has a star, but it also has four other stars who make its star look better. Sue Pollard is one of our favourite people, and she is much loved. You only have to walk outside the theatre with her to see the genuine love and adoration of the general public. They've equally matched her with Ryan Thomas, who is a new star who plays the title role of Dick Whittington. Jeffrey Holland from Hi-de-Hi adds into the mix as Fitzwarren, and the show is driven comedically by Aaron James. Arguably, the star of the show is Ian Adams, who is Sarah the cook. In the first half, you could argue he dominates the entire thing with his endless routines, which I have to say were polished beautifully. He's the essence of a panto dame. He embodies the history of the art. And with nods to Danny LaRue and a little bit of Roy Barraclough thrown in, this man is clearly a pro and deserves to not only star in this show, but is of course the writer and director of it. This show is beautifully put together. Unlike so many of the cut and paste kudos pantomimes up and down the country this year, this one seems to have more heart. It certainly is visually more beautiful than any other I've seen in terms of authentic panto retelling. The lighting is superb, but then there's another added element to this show that I loved more than any other. The orchestra sound incredible, and that's for two reasons. One, because they're a five-piece who are live, and the sound system is world-class. I'm talking the best sound I've heard in panto this year, or any year, outside of the Palladium or Birmingham. It is 5-star, it is sensational. You hear every note, you hear every harmony from the beautiful horns. And what with drums, trumpet, flugelhorn, tenor sax, flute, keyboards and bass guitar all live, this added a beautiful element of live theatre to this sensational production. If we were to be a little pedantic, we could say some of the gags are a bit shticky, some of the bits are too long and the first act could be shortened, but who cares? This is panto at its best. Aaron James gets to deliver some beautiful leading man comedy in Act 2. His gorgeous A to Z of impressions, born for pantomime. Sue Pollard has a gorgeous voice and we get to hear her twice sing two big numbers, but most importantly, we get to see her drive the narrative and she plays the baddie Queen Rat perfectly. Ryan Thomas doesn't have a lot to do in this show, but what he does very well as Dick Whittington. Julie Payton has some lovely vocals with Fairy Bow Bells. Alice is sung beautifully by Katie Marie Carter. Tommy the Cat was done beautifully and perfectly by Jordan Ginger. And the entire ensemble worked together to create a hugely memorable and beautiful last kudos pantomime for the Wolverhampton Grand. From next year, the production will be done in-house, and it's exciting to see what they'll do next. They keep their creative genius of Ian Adams as the writer and director, and we can only imagine what is possible as they go their own way from the UK's leading panto producer. What they won't have next year is the Twins effects. Of course, their huge rat at the end of Act 1 is terrifying for the kids, but there's no doubting it's a beautiful bit of theatre. I have to say, it was stunningly lit. Congratulations to light and sound. Absolutely perfect. The scenery looked gorgeous, the costumes were fabulous, the band were amazing, and the cast delivered with new and old, Sue Pollard and Ryan Thomas coming together to tick every box for every audience. The finale of this show, as it transcends from Dick Whittington to Hi-de-Hi, was just perfect. Huge nods to Sue Pollard, a legend and a star. Bravo to Ian Adams, who drives the whole thing as Sarah the cook and has directed it magnificently. This is a masterclass in traditional family pantomime. You've been listening to another exclusive review by me, Alex Belfield, here at celebrityradio.biz. We just hit 60 million minutes viewed on YouTube. We're the number one reviewer in the UK and Las Vegas, and you can check out all of our hundreds of interviews and reviews at www.celebrityradio.biz. Ta-da.